Thus far, we've assumed that the Java server faces will be displaying text only. In the real world, though, most websites also have images, videos, and other forms of multimedia content. In this video, we're going to look at some of the ways to embed multimedia content into a faces web page. In terms of actual programming, this is a very simple process. Servlets treat anything that will be displayed on the web page as an object, whether it's text, an image, or a video. The only changes that must be made to display multimedia content are those in the HTML file associated with the faces. To insert an image, we use the HTML img tag. At a minimum, the img tag must contain a reference to the source file for the image. An HTML file doesn't actually hold an image. Instead, it holds a reference to an image that is stored elsewhere. Therefore, the first thing you have to do is to put an image inside the project. There is an image in the exercise files if you want to follow along with that, but it doesn't matter what type of image you use. Almost all image types are compatible with HTML, including JPG, PNG, BMP, and GIF. I'll go ahead and take the image from the exercise files, copy it, and then paste it into the web content folder. Having the image in the same folder as the HTML file makes it easy to access because you don't need a lengthy file path. Back in the HTML file, the syntax to insert the image is img, and then you specify the source folder with src equals the image name, which is picture, followed by the extension, which is JPG. Now let's save the file and open it with Eclipse's built-in web browser. If we scroll down and over, we can see that the image now displays on the web page. But this image is a little bit large, so I think I'll make it a bit smaller so that it fits on the page more easily. To do that, you can go back to the HTML file and add the modifiers width equals and height equals. I'll let both of those be 200. The height and width are measured in pixels, which means that a height of 200 implies that there will be 200 pixels in the image going vertically. Now let's save this again, open it up in the web browser again, and we can see that the image is now much smaller. One final tag to add is alt text. Some browsers don't display images properly, and there's always a chance that your image will be accidentally deleted at some point. If that happens, then it's nice to display some alternate text describing what the image would be if it did display. This text can be added using the alt equals tab. As you can see, if I go here and I change the file reference to a non-existent image, and then I open this in the web browser, it will display the alt text instead of the image because there's no image to display. Uploading a video to your website relies on a very similar process. As before, we start by putting the video file and copying it into the web content folder. Keep in mind that the source for a video or an image can also be a URL, so if the video is hosted on YouTube or a similar site, then it's not necessary to download it before inserting it into the web page. The syntax for inserting a video is a little bit more complicated. First, we need to add the video tag. In this tag, you can specify the width and height of the video. As before, I'll make these 200. You should also add the modifier controls to the tag. This allows the user to play, pause, and rewind the video. Within the video tag, you can specify information about the video itself, including the location and the metadata. The syntax is source, then src equals, and then you put in the path to the video. In this case, it's just video.mp4. And then the type, in this case, is video/mp4. HTML also supports .ogg, .webm, and .swf files. Once this tag is complete, we can save this, open this up in the web browser, and the video will now appear in the web page. There are a number of other multimedia objects that can be inserted into Java server faces and operated on by servlets, but they all have very similar formatting. Within your code, all items to be displayed are treated as black box objects, so it doesn't really matter if they are text, image, video, or something else entirely. Within the HTML files, files stored locally or on other websites can be embedded within your web page.